grew up in a small town called Millfield, which was known for its charming cookie store called Wilson's Cookies. The store was owned by an elderly woman named Mrs. Wilson, who was loved by everyone in town for her delicious cookies. But there was a rumor going around that the store had a secret. It was said that the store closed in the evening, only to reopen after midnight. One evening, I was hanging out with my friends, Alex, Emma, and Tyler, when we started talking about the rumor. We were all curious, and before we knew it, we were making plans to investigate. We decided to wait until midnight and see if the store would reopen. At midnight, we made our way to the store. The town was eerily quiet, and the only sound was our footsteps on the pavement. We approached the store hesitantly, and sure enough, it reopened. The door creaked open, and we were greeted by a smiling elderly woman, who we assumed was Mrs. Wilson. She invited us in and offered us an array of delicious cookies, all for free. As we ate the cookies, we noticed something was off about the store. The walls were lined with old photographs of people we didn't recognize, and the atmosphere was eerie and unsettling. Suddenly, Alex screamed when he found a piece of a human finger in his remaining cookie. We all stared at it in horror, and we tried to leave, but the door was locked, and we were trapped inside with the smiling woman, who now had a sinister glint in her eye. As the night wore on, we realized we were not the only ones in the store. We heard strange noises and saw shadows moving in the corners of our eyes. We soon realized that the people in the photographs on the walls were the missing persons from our town who had disappeared without a trace. We looked at each other in horror as the realization hit us that the cookies we had just eaten were made from the flesh of the missing persons. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and the woman's smile turned into a snarl. We recognized too late that the woman was not Mrs. Wilson at all, but a malevolent entity that had taken on her form. The entity revealed that it had been using the store to lure people in, and that the delicious cookies were laced with a potion that made the victims disappear without a trace, just like the people in the photographs on the wall. We were petrified, but we knew we had to find a way to escape. Tyler remembered that he had a small pocket knife in his backpack. He used it to pick the lock on the door, and we were finally able to break free from the store and run back to our homes. We ran as fast as we could, looking back every few seconds to make sure the entity wasn't following us. The next day, we returned to the cookie store in the daylight, but the store was gone. It was as if the store had never existed. We shared our terrifying story with town people, but no one remembered the cookie store and no one believed us. However, we could not forget the unsettling experience we had that night. And we knew that the memory of that night would haunt me
forever.